here, the Hugo Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my home here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I'm so excited to be back. I have been thinking about this episode for a little while. All week I've been trying to plan like, oh, I'm gonna film another Flosstube. It's really exciting. So I'm back, I'm here today. I have everything all set up. I hope that you have your stitching out and that you're ready to have some fun. I have a great episode planned for you today. So we'll start off with Book of Days. As always, Needlework Press. Absolutely love using this book. Been having a lot of fun decorating the pages and keeping track of what I've been working on. And every time I bring out a new project, I always look back and I'm like, okay, yeah, last week I was working on this week I'm working on this. And you know, I always keep at the very beginning a list of every single project that I have currently going. And I look back and look at it and think, what haven't I worked on yet? What haven't I touched so far? Or what's been a while? And you know, sometimes I'll plan like, okay, I see here I have like a stocking. Haven't worked on that yet this year, but I'm saving it for July, right? So I kind of can build a little plan for myself of when I want to stitch on certain projects. And you're having a lot of fun. I hope you have one of these. I really regretted, you know, not getting one of these sooner. I saw Flosstubers talk about their needlework book of days, or they had a journal, and I always thought, oh, you know, even when I'm showing you some of my projects that are older, I don't know when I started them. I'm always like, well, I think it's been maybe a couple years. And if I actually look back at maybe my posts on Instagram, it's been like 5 or 6 years. It's been a lot longer than I thought, you know, so having these books, I'm going to keep them after, you know, after every year. I'm keeping them, I'm collecting them so that I can look back and, you know, learn when I started certain projects and when I finished them. So that's been the advantages of having one of these books. So I hope you have one. I hope you're enjoying using it. It's a lot of fun. I also wanted to talk about the Summer Quaker by Lila Studio. I have a stitch along that's going to be starting August 1st. I'm very, very excited about this. My birthday's in August, and this was a special treat from my best friend. She bought this pattern for me, and this was my most exciting release from market this year. So I'm really excited to get going on this. A lot of others seemed interested in this as well, because it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful design. There's so many fun elements of summer in here. You'll notice that it spells summer. Like there's some letters throughout the design that spell summer. The quote in the middle says, live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink the wild air. So fun. So good. So we're going to be using the hashtag from that, hashtag live in the sunshine cell. So I hope that you will join me. This is going to be a lot of fun. I have my fabric already picked out. I'm going to be stitching hand-dyed fabric by Rolanda. This is called Ice Blue. Beautiful. It's like clouds, right? It's going to be so pretty on this design, I think. So, so pretty. And then I've already kitted up all the colors. I have them all here in my floss away bags, but you can see all the fun DMC colors. This is a really easy project to kit up. There's not too many. All DMC, ready to go. So I'm just excited. I hope that you guys will join us August 1st for the new stitch along. Yeah. Okay. And I've been really, really busy over the last month. I've been working on some really great projects, made some really exciting progress. The first one I'm going to show you today, this one's called Jane Hopkins, 1875, Hands Across the Sea. I just started this. I believe my last video, I had shown a very small start on it, and I've made some progress. I'm working on 46 count fabric. It's called Fiber on a Whim Latte. So here we go. There's my progress on this one. I've almost completed the whole flower. I'm waiting on an order. I had placed an order for some DMC. There's a color I'm missing, number 27. And once I get it, I'm gonna fill in I left all the spaces so I can just fill it all in. Yeah. 46 count, okay? Look at how tiny these stitches are. They're so, so petite. But I think this design is going to be absolutely amazing on this fabric because it is such a large design, and that bouquet in the middle is, the colors are so vibrant. I just think it's going to be amazing on this. So I'm excited to get back to this. Once I get that color in the mail, this is coming back out and I'm gonna stitch on it some more. And I absolutely love the experience of stitching Hands Across the Sea. Their designs are really, really easy to see in the chart. It's absolutely stunning. So it's kind of fun, like it's a different experience. Do you ever like go through that when you're stitching certain designers' patterns? The experience of it. I've talked about this before, like Mirabilia's. I just love having to, you know, open up the package. They have that beautiful sticker in the middle and the beautiful paper when you unfold it for the first time. It's an experience when you open up a Mirabilia. I totally believe that, and it's exciting when you get a new pattern. You just can't wait to like rip it open and see what the design looks like. And same with this, you know, these books. I get the same experience kind of like a Blackbird design, you know, opening up one of those books. It's just like, it's so pleasing. It's so fun. So I'm just really excited that I have this pattern and that I get to stitch a sampler by Hands Across the Sea. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you'll enjoy watching the progress on that one as it comes along. And another new start. This is a brand new start. I talked a lot about this in my last video and videos leading up to today. The 2020 pandemic sampler. I finally got my fabric and I finally made a start. I started right in the middle. So I've chosen a fabric by Picture This Plus. It's called Ancient, and it kind of has this modeling to it that is, it's kind of almost like a blue gray color, but I thought it would be really cool in this sampler. And so this is 40 count, nice little petite stitches. I finished the middle motif. Beautiful, I guess that's a tree. There's two peacocks underneath there and the two ladies. How fun. I'm using the Miss Osada silks. What a treat that has been. I have been dying to try this for the first time and to get the silks on the fabric. You know, once you unravel, like these are so cute, all raveled up and looking so beautiful, and then you unravel them and put them back on the floss card. One thing that I really loved about this was that it had the symbol, like it has the name, this is Aqua, and it also has the DMC number that it's sort of equivalent to, and the symbol. So the symbol on the chart, I don't even need to like look at the chart as to what symbol is what. It's right, I just grab the color that matches that symbol. So that's really, really convenient. Miss Osada silks, awesome, awesome feature to add to your floss tag. Very, very convenient. She has done a couple of conversions for Sarcy Gurl, the designer of the 2020 pandemic sampler. She has quite a few designs, really, really beautiful ones. And there's some conversions from Miss Osada silks. Really, really fun. Oh, so good. Look at these colors. They're amazing. So I've had a lot of fun with that. I'm stitching this with Sarah, Lady Lugana. She also has a new start on this as well, and I believe she's done the middle motif as well. So we're kind of encouraging each other, going back and forth. So it's really fun. It's fun to have somebody to stitch along, isn't it? So I recently had met a Flosstuber who's brand new to Flosstube. I believe she has 3 episodes out already, but she's not new to stitching. She's been stitching for many, many years. Her name is Debora Carroll. And we had a little stitchy togetherness one day. We did a Zoom and it was really fun to get to know her. I'm so, you know, she asked me and I was kind of a little like, oh, I'm not sure, maybe, you know, I'm thinking to myself, but we've never met before, like this might be weird, it would be a little awkward, but it wasn't. I'm so glad I said yes, and she set it all up and we had an afternoon where we chit-chatted and it was awesome. And as we started chit-chatting, I had said something to her about the 2020 pandemic sampler, and she's like, I've stitched that one. I was like, what? No way. So she showed it to me, and then she went into detail, talked about how she had helped hosted the stitch along in 2020 when this pattern had been released. And I remember seeing online her image, you know, on Instagram of having other people join in, and it was numbered, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, had different spots on there that you could break it up and to help people, you know, once you complete this section, you can move on to the next. And it didn't matter if you had done it in order of, you know, 1 to 6. You could do it whichever way you felt comfortable. If you wanted to start up here, you could do this block first. And I thought that was really, really cool, really, really amazing. And she had told me, Debora had told me that it was one of her most enjoyable stitches she's ever stitched. And it helped spark her love, you know, for cross stitching again, stitching on the 2020 pandemic sampler. How amazing is that? You'll have to go check out her Flosstube, Debora Carroll Stitcher. I'll link her below so that you can go see hers completed. It's in her first episode, and you'll really enjoy it. If you're interested in stitching this design and interested in meeting Debora, go check it out. Really, really fun. All right, now we're gonna get into some more of my works in progress. Some really fun projects that I've been working on the past month. I decided to bring out this one again. This is Emerald City by Owl Forest Embroidery. I've completed another page of the design, adding in this witch over here. How fun is she? I had this thought for a long time about what I wanted to do with the witch, because I have been adding in some of my own elements into this design as I've been going along, and I had never used a toile before. It's really soft and it has like just a little tiny bit of sparkle in it. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna use the black for her hat and for her dress and her shoes. And it's not coming up on camera what it looks like in person. It's really, really subtle, but very beautiful. In person, you can see this sort of shine. Yeah, and a little bit of sparkle. Just the right amount, in my opinion. I think she looks great. And then I used a DMC floss. I can't remember what it's called. Diamond, DMC Diamond, and black again. And I used that for the spiders on the side there. Can you see it? So cute. I love this design. There's 3 more pieces left and I'm almost finished. I have another section here where you have, you know, there's a monkey on this side with the wings. There's the hot air balloon over here. And then lastly, the good witch, Glenda. So I can't wait. I can't wait to finish this. It's getting so close. But I'm spacing it out. I have another design by Owl Forest Embroidery. I'm working on Alice in Wonderland. I'm just kind of going back and forth, completing a page at a time. So it'll come, the ultimate finish. But you can get these. These are really easy to download. They're free pattern from Owl Forest Embroidery. You can kit them up using DMC. You can do like I have. I've been adding my own elements as I've been going on, my own charms, beads. Oh, so fun. What do you think, everybody? Isn't it amazing? Yeah. So good. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. I'm really pleased with that design. It's been really fun. Okay, so I had talked about this in my last Flosstube about how I was going to work on tiny Modernist Zodiac signs. So I've been trying to complete them during the time of each Zodiac sign. So the last one I did was Taurus, and I'm happy to say I completed it. So exciting. So I'm going to show it to you now. This is stitched on 40 count, picture this plus, called Gothic. And it's looking amazing. Oh yeah. There it is. Very, very petite little stitches. But I love it. I think it's gonna be amazing. Completed. And I keep talking about how I wish I could, you know, go through it and do the whole border, the whole outline, all of the circles, you know, the completing the top all the way around the edges. I feel like I'm just gonna have to break it up into chunks because it's so much, but I don't want to leave it to the end. So I'm thinking now that I've done the 4 on the top, I need to complete the top part of the border just before I decide to move down and do any more of them. But you know, I'm a Leo, so I want to stitch that lion so badly. I think it's the best one. My daughter was laughing at me because I was telling her like, oh, Leo's the best one. And she's like, all Leos say that, Mom. All Leos think the lion is the best one. I'm like, because it is. It's so funny. So funny. But this is an amazing design, this fabric. Oh, all stitched in DMC. I'm using my Sarcy Gurl Stitchy Hugs for this project so I can see all the beautiful colors. Really, really fun to use. Perfect amount of DMC, right? Same colors in all the designs. It's really fun. Yeah, so there it is. Zodiac by Tiny Modernist. You know what I learned? She's Canadian. I wish I had written down her name, but I went to the website, and what made me think this first was Stitch North. They had her set up with all of her, you know, patterns at the retreat that they just had a couple weeks ago. And it made me think, I wonder if she's Canadian. And so I went to the website and went and go checked, and yep, she's a Canadian designer. So that's really cool. I love supporting Canadians because I'm Canadian too. I like supporting all designers, but you know, it's just kind of fun when you find someone that's from your country. It's really cool. So there we go. Okay. So I have been watching Flosstube, you know, different people stitching different things for Stitch for the month of May, you know, having a mania kind of thing. And there are some people out there that are stitching Mirabilias, and I've been watching their progress and thinking, oh, I wish I had done that. I wish I had done that. But it inspired me to bring out a couple of my, you know, I brought out a Nora Corbett, and I brought out a Mirabilia. So this is one that I'm getting close to a finish on. This is Nora Corbett's Bluebell. This is an out of print pattern, unfortunately. I've had this in my collection for a long time. I've been stitching the Pixies. I've described it before, a rainbow of Pixies. I've chosen one of my favorites from each color of the rainbow, and this is Bluebell. This is my blue Pixie, and I have one more left to do, and that's a red one. And I don't have the pattern for that one, and I'm really kicking myself. It is Poppy by Nora Corbett, and it just recently went like out of print and becoming not terribly hard to find, but I just haven't been able to get my hands on a copy of it yet, unfortunately. Like, oh no, it's my last Pixie. What am I gonna do? Maybe somebody out there has one they'd like to share with me. But yeah, so this is Bluebell. I'm getting close to a finish. So I picked her up and I decided to work on her wings. So I have almost finished completing her dress. I have a little bit more in the ruffles here to do. And then I have all the back stitching in her legs. She has some really beautiful slippers with beads on them and sort of Krynic wrapped around her legs up there, which I absolutely love. I think that kind of reminds me of like a ballerina. And then, yeah, I need to do the back stitching around her face and arms. And so I spent time stitching all of her wing, and I've completed it except for the back stitching. But this was all Krynic. You can hear it, it's kind of scratchy. But it's ultimately the most amazing effect in person when you see all that Krynic there. And then to back stitch, it's also done in Krynic. So the back stitching there that you see those veins through her wing, it's gonna be amazing once that's completed. And then once I'm done that, I'm gonna do the bluebells on top there. Kind of looks like an umbrella. Oh, this is so pretty. I absolutely love it. So that was a lot of fun bringing her out, and I stitched on her for almost a week, I think. So it was really fun. I'm enjoying this project. This is just a 32 count antique white linen. That's usually what I think I've stitched all of the Pixies on that I've done so far. Beautiful, right? Yeah. And then this is the last project that I've worked on. This is a Mirabilia Stargazer. I started her in October last year, along with a few others. I know Cindy from Cindy's Love and Stitch on Flosstube, she's stitching this too. I believe it was her New Year's new start. And I'm enjoying watching her progress too. You should go check out her channel if you want to see where she's at. I'll link her below. But this is a beautiful design. Really, really enjoyable to stitch. I have, you know, When I stitch a Mirabilia, I open it up. Remember I was telling you it's an experience, opening up the envelope and going through the design, where you're gonna start. And I typically tend to start right in the middle. And then I'm mapping out like, oh, do I wanna do her upper body? That's what I did first on this one. I did her chest and her arms and her face, the ribbons, and got the back stitching done. That was the first thing I did. And then I had started doing all of these colors here. They kind of trickled down to this part of her dress. And so I had done all of that. And then I had, my last time I picked this up, I had a goal for myself, which was to finish all the ribbon, because the ribbon has all of these stitches that are like 4 or 5 stitches of one color, and then move on to another color, and then do a little bit more. And then it just took a long time, a lot of color changing and sort of planning out where you wanted to go. But there's all these beautiful ribbons down here. And then it kind of came down here. You can sort of see there was like 3 or 4 spots there. There's ribbon. So I finished that last time. And this time I really wanted to get these other colors that are in her dress. They're all like light blue. They almost like a light purple, a violet, and absolutely amazing. I've left all the little spaces for all the beads. There's gonna be a ton of beading in this, and it's a part I've been really looking forward to. I haven't had a project in a long time where I've been able to do some beading, so I kind of have that itch to get some done. And I can just tell that this is actually going to be heavy. Like the fabric's going to be heavy with all those beads on there, but I can't wait to get them in. The next time I pick this up, I'm gonna start working on the dress sort of moved, right? Like there was this part that came down here, and then there's this section that moves down here. And it was really fun to stitch because you would grab one color at the top and make your way all the way down, and then go back up to the top and grab another color and come all the way down. You can sort of see how there's like these rows. I love that about Nora Corbett when she does that in her designs. I'm always like, yep, I love it. So fun to stitch. But you can see the next part that I'm about to do, it's almost like the dress changes directions again. We're gonna do those bottom ruffles. And you can see I've started one color right here. So now I'm gonna be moving in this direction. And then there's more different change going in different directions there too. But that's gonna be amazing next time. Like I feel like if I pick this up again, maybe one more week to like finish the stitching, and then another week to finish the beading. Like I think I got about 2 more weeks of stitching on this, and this one will be done. Wow. This is one that my girls have been talking a lot about. They might fight over it one day. Oh, who's that one for, Mom? Oh, this one's for me. This one's going in my room. So there we go. This is Stargazer by Nora Corbett. I have been doing this, you know, I usually kit up all of my projects using floss away bags, and I tend to, you know, kit them up with all the beads. I'll write Stargazer on there, and then as I'm stitching it and as I've sort of eliminated some of the colors, I unkit it. So I've done all the brown that was in her hair, so those colors went back into my stash. And you know, her skin's done. Okay, those colors are done. And I recently finished all the light blue, the light purple. So those ones are all gone. So these are all the colors that I have left to do on Stargazer to get a finish. And these are the beautiful beads. So these ones are in her dress. The white ones are in the white part of her dress. Those are Magnificas there. I absolutely love using those ones. They're so sparkly. Yeah, so I'm excited to get beading on this one. It's gonna be so good. Now that you've seen my Mirabilias, I wanted to talk about the Flosstuber who had inspired me to stitch on them. She is Dana, Gemstone Stitches on Flosstube. She is doing Mira May and has had some really amazing starts this month. And I wanted to highlight her so that if you're interested in seeing some really great progress on some new Mirabilias, maybe new to you, she's working on May Emerald Fairy, September Sapphire Fairy, Rapunzel, Sleeping Princess, and she had something that I thought that was really cool about what she had done with each one of her new starts for the month of May is that she had started each Mirabilia in a different spot. And I thought that was so clever because I like tend to start right in the middle of the project. And sometimes she had started from the bottom working on the dress on this one. On a different design, she started right at the top on Rapunzel, where she's working on the R at the top and then gonna make her way down and get to Rapunzel, you know, and other ones started in the middle or started with the face. And I just thought that was so clever because sometimes you're in the mood to stitch different parts of a design. You really wanna get into a dress, or maybe you want to put the face together, right? Or maybe you want to get to the beading. Like there's so many different elements to a Mirabilia, and to have different ones at different stages and that have been started in different places, I thought was so clever. And I'm hoping that I can do the same one day with some of my newer starts, because I think that is so smart, especially if you have multiple Mirabilias on the go. So go check out Dana. She's the Gemstone Stitches. I think you'll enjoy her channel. All right. And then I wanted to share with you one other project that I had recently started just a few days ago. I've had this little kit. It's a Mill Hill kit in my collection for years. And I messaged my girlfriend because I think she had given it to me, I'm pretty sure. And I had said, look what I'm starting. It is the Sleigh Ride Mill Hill kits. This is so cute. And I've never done one of these before. I've never done any Mill Hill kits, but they're really fun. You know, you're working on the perforated paper, and I'd never done that before. And there's something to be said about that. It's really, really enjoyable. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm trying to figure out how to show you. So there we go. There's what I've started so far. And starting this made me think like, wow, this was just a couple of days of stitching, you know, just a little bit here and there. And, you know, the package shows on the back some of the other designs, and I wanted to share them with you because I think they're really beautiful. These came out in 2007. And one of my favorite ones is it's the Woodland sleigh. Love this one. The Woodland sleigh has the bunnies and the bell charm. Really, really cute. There's also evergreen. It's got the Scotty dog in there, and it comes with a charm too, as a tree. And Toyland, it's got the rocking horse in the sleigh and a cute little teddy bear charm. And then traditional sleigh, where it's got all the presents falling out of the sleigh, and it's got a Santa charm. And then the last one here is the vintage sleigh, and it's got the cat and a little tiny shell charm. How cute are those? I love them. I've been watching a lot of Vonna Pfeiffer, and she's been stitching all of the Santas from the Mill Hill collection, and I'm like, oh, I would love to do that. And she's also got a really cool way of how she finishes them, you know, putting like foam core on the back of them and sort of painting them around the edges. And you know, she's got a beautiful way that she finishes them. And if you're interested, if you do these ornaments, you need to go check out Vonna Pfeiffer. Her latest video, she's been talking a lot about her Santas, and I believe there's a tutorial on how to finish them so that they're a little more sturdy, right? Because the perforated paper is pretty thin. It still holds up really good, but if you want to go up a notch, and this is what I'm going to do once I've done a few more of these sleighs, I'm going to follow her tutorial, and I'm going to watch how she does them and make ornaments out of them. It'd be so cool. So there we go. Santa sleigh. So I have been using my floss drop for this. So I went, you know, once I pulled out all the colors, I sometimes have it when I've seen these kits, I pull them out and I'm like, what color is what? And so you sort of have to like unravel them all, look at them all, and then it's like dark blue, dark blue, light blue, medium blue. Like, okay, so but you figure it out. It's not that hard, but I've used my floss drop, my teddy polar bear floss drop that I got from the Guild to sort of house these while I'm stitching on it. And I just sort of put them in order of how they were on the chart. Like this is the, you know, very light blue or very, very dark blue, that sort of thing. And so it's easy for me to find. So I'm enjoying using that too. Found an excuse to use this, yay. And it also comes with beads too, and some sparkly DMC floss. And this one comes with a little tiny charm too. It's a star. I don't know if you can see it in there. Little tiny star that's gonna hang off the sleigh, off the back. How cute. I'm in love with these. I want to collect more of them. It's really, really fun stitching on the perforated paper. So cool. So there's that one. So there's a brand new Flosstuber that I wanted to mention. She also really inspired me to bring out my Mill Hill kit because I have been watching Audrey. Her channel is called Stitch Bead. And she's brand new to Flosstube. Like literally just a few days ago, she posted, you know, got brave and filmed her first Flosstube. And I'm really proud of her because I know how hard that can be to take the plunge and actually just like, I'm gonna do this and see what happens. And I think she has great personality for Flosstube. I think you'll enjoy her channel, so I'm gonna link her below. She has a lot of experience doing Mill Hill kits. And she's only shown, you know, a few of them in her first video, but I have a feeling she has a lot more. And I wanted to give her a little message if she sees this. On your next Flosstube, we need to see a picture of your fridge because apparently it is full of Mill Hill magnets. And I was like the whole time, like, please show the fridge, please show the fridge. I bet you it's amazing. Probably lots of pictures and, you know, little magnets all over the place. Anyways, Audrey, you did an amazing job. And she also has, you know, a collection of Just Nan stitches. In her first Flosstube, she shows a brand new baby sampler that she did for a friend, and it's absolutely beautiful. So go check out Audrey. You won't be disappointed. Go support her channel. You'll enjoy it, your visit. All right. I wanted to show you what's on my Q-Snap. What's coming up next? I have been stitching this Theresa Wenzler. I haven't brought her out this year. This is Lily Maiden. So I want to make some progress. It's pretty much one of the last few ones that I haven't touched so far this year. So I want to make some good progress on this design, Lily Maiden by Theresa Wenzler. So it's on my Q-Snap right now. Making some progress. I just recently did a little bit in her, the lilies up top here. Some more stitching to do there, but I want to get that other wing and some more of the green done. So I'm sort of at that halfway point because after that comes her beautiful pink dress and more greenery at the bottom. So excited to do that. There's also a lot of work to be done still in the border. I have some Smyrna crosses to do, all done in a sparkly blending filament by Krynic. So I'm excited to do that too, to give it more sparkle in the design. It's gonna be really fun. So that's on my Q-Snap right now. This is what I'm gonna be working on. Theresa Wenzler. I wanna make some good progress on this one because I have another design that was gifted to me from a fellow stitcher here in Winnipeg, and I'm dying to stitch a dragon. This one's called The Storyteller by Theresa Wenzler. But I feel like I should only have one on the go or have one almost completed. No, I feel like one at a time. These ones take a lot of floss. So it's like the DMC, the amount of DMC that you need to kit up a Theresa Wenzler is crazy. This is for Lily Maiden, but it's so worth it in the end. Like I get that. Her designs are beautiful and the effect with the DMC and the changing colors and, you know, blending two colors together to make its own unique color. I get it. It's amazing. But you know, to kit up the Storyteller has a list of DMC that is a page long. Look at this. That's a lot of floss. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to wait to kit this one up, but I would really, really love to get this one going and to be able to stitch a dragon. Pretty soon. I also wanted to tell you guys all about what's coming up next week. I'm going to be starting my first Soda Sal, and I'm joining Rogue Mama Stitcher, Jordan Tattooed Stitcher, and Bernadette from Burn Stitches. They're hosting my first Soda Sal, and I'm going to insert a picture of the design. It is called Clean Day by Soda Stitch. Really, really adorable. I can't wait to start. It's starting on May 27th is the stitch along, and the hashtag is my first Soda Sal. And I think it's just gonna be a really fun way for stitchers who have never stitched a Soda Stitch like myself, just to, you know, to start one. It's a really cute, simple design. It was really easy to download. I believe it was like $5, $6. You can go to, I'll link it below, so that if you wanted to join Bernadette and Rogue Mama Stitcher and Jordan and myself, we're going to be starting this on May 27th. That's going to be a lot of fun. So that's coming up next. Theresa Wenzler, and then Clean Day by Soda Stitch. And then I've done some downloading. I have been waiting for Treasure Island by Owl Forest Embroidery, and the first piece has come out already, and I'm waiting on fabric. I'm gonna stitch it on the called for Country Mocha 32 count linen, and once it arrives I'm gonna get a start on this. So it's a free download. You can go to Owl Forest Embroidery and download the first installment of Treasure Island, and it's looking so cool. It's basically going to be like a map style sampler to go along with the book Treasure Island. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to get started. So while I was on the website, I was like, you know, there's other free patterns. I have Emerald City. I have Alice in Wonderland. Both of them, great progress, almost done. I'm starting Treasure Island. And then I was looking, there are a few other ones from past years that I'm thinking I'm gonna have to stitch. So this one is called 100 Owls by Owl Forest Embroidery. So I've downloaded the whole pattern. Really excited. I'm gonna have to find some fabric. I won't start this right away, but I wanted to have it in my collection so that when the time comes, I'm gonna add it into my rotation. Absolutely love it. There is actually 100 owls in this design. And as you go through the design, it's like page 1. Okay, here's owl number 1 and owl number 2. And then as you go through, oh, this one has 4 owls. You've got 9, 10, 11, 12 on this design. I just think that is so cool. And it counts you all the way down to 100 owls. That's fun. That is so fun. What a cool design. So the very first owl on here is the big one right here. So if you've seen others stitch this, this is usually where everybody starts, is this one. Nice, big, beautiful owl. This is gorgeous. Yeah, so I've got that, add that to my collection. And another thing that I'm working on right now is kitting up. This is a Mirabilia, I've shown it to you before. This one's called Woodland Fairy. I've been watching a lot of Lila do stitches. I love her channel, Laura. She's so adorable, and she inspires me in so many ways. So she has a start on this one. It's called the Woodland Fairy. I was like, I have that pattern. I have this fabric that must have been left over from another Mirabilia. I'm not sure which one it is. It must have been fairly recent. This is Water Lily linen from WitchElt. So big enough piece of fabric. I've already measured it out. This will be perfect. I'm just in the middle of heating up all the colors and getting the beads and Kreinik and all the fun stuff, but I'm getting close. Got almost all of them. I almost thought maybe I could start it, but as I go, like again, I was thinking about starting it in the middle of the design, and I didn't have any of the colors like surrounding that area. How is this possible? I keep having this problem. I think what it is because I have so many projects now, and each on individual rings with floss. Like I probably have a few multiple colors in different sets, but I like to keep mine together so that I have it for the design. But this one's so pretty. I love the colors. I've never stitched anything like this one. Like I have a lot of like fairies and pixies and things like that, but the colors, I tend to be drawn to fairies that have brown hair. And this one has a golden blondie color to it. So I've never done one like that, so that's new. And her wings are very much like butterfly wings. I've never stitched one like that. So this has a lot of firsts for me. That beautiful wand, which I love. And those, like just the colors. And Nora Corbett has a way of doing ribbon like no one else. Her ribbons are so amazing. They have movement, and I don't know how to describe it, but they're really, like sometimes they can be challenging. I'd said that before, but because there's a lot of color changes, but when you're finished stitching them, you're like, oh wow, that's a beautiful ribbon. You can tell. Another one that I'm thinking of, I did Santa's sleigh. I'll insert a picture. That one has a beautiful ribbon throughout it too. She's gifted. Nora Corbett, she's gifted. So I'm hoping to get a start on this one pretty soon. I'm gonna keep continuing to, that's my, my goal is to get this one kitted up. I've got fabric, I've got floss. Just need some more DMC. And this one calls for quite a few. Very fine braid, number 4, Krynic. And I've only got one in here, so I'll have to search for a few more colors. And there's probably like 6 beads in there. But you don't need the beads right away. You're gonna be stitching for a while before you get the beading done. So that's coming up next, hopefully soon. Hopefully really, really soon. So I've had a lot of fun today hanging out with you. Thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate you coming back again and hanging out with me and stitching with me. I hope that I made great content for you while you're stitching, good company. That's always my goal. And I hope that you will come back again soon. I'll probably be, I tend to come back once a month, sometimes twice a month, depending on how much stitching I have to share with you all. But I'm really excited. I'm always excited to come back again and to spend time with you. So thank you, everyone. I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.